What up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today in this video, we are doing cheap versus expensive goose call and what I think about them and how they sound and why I think each one has its benefits. So stay tuned. Okay, guys. So a little background story. I started goose hunting 2 years ago. Okay. So when I started goose hunting, I just wanted the basics, right? I wanted just a call and as many decoys as possible. So I started out with probably 5 dozen goose shells, and I started out with this call right here. It is a Buck Gardner call, okay? It was a great call. I loved it, but I just feel like I couldn't get to my potential, right? When I first started, I just tried to break a note, right? Because I couldn't. This is how I sounded at the beginning. You know, to be honest, it sounds like crap. It doesn't sound good at all, and I try to get the deep raspiness you got to get from right here. So I couldn't really do it, and I finally got it after many, many hours, and then I sounded more like this. See, you can tell it sounds a lot better, but it still doesn't sound the best. It still has that off tone to it, and it just doesn't sound right. So this was about $35. Then, the end of last year, I moved to this call. Well, I actually moved to a Mulkir Triumph. So when I was buying my goose call, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the most expensive goose call because it's gonna sound the best and it's gonna work the best for me. Well, that is not totally true. So I went to Shields and I tried out different calls and stuff because they let you do whatever. You can, do sound file, you can try them out, whatever. So I tried out different calls. I was like, okay, I'm going from an expensive call to a cheap call, so I'm just gonna try the Mulkir Triumph. So I started blowing that call, and I blew it for probably 3 months, and I didn't like it at all. I feel like I couldn't spit as fast as I wanted to. I needed still, not as much air pressure, but still more air pressure. And I'm a smaller guy, so I don't have that big of a diaphragm. So then I went back to Shields, I returned the call, and I got the Mulkir EX3. And I love this call. I can't say enough about it. To break it over, you need no air pressure at all. It is just so nice. So this is when I try to break it over with the Buck Gardner. Okay. Okay. I'm probably putting this much air into the call. And when I break the Mulkir EX3, this is how much. Nothing at all. So when you put less air pressure in a call, you can do more notes, you can call faster, you can sound like more geese. So I'm not the best caller. This is actually probably my second year of goose calling. This is probably my 4th month with this call, but I'll give you a little sound file. So that is the EX3 right there. I like it so much. As you can see, short reed, super snappy, super light. And the difference between these calls right here, this call is acrylic, so it is much louder and it's just lighter and it's better overall. Yes, that call works. Yes, I've shot a lot of geese with that call, a lot of geese. And there were some situations where the decoys didn't really help. I just had to call, and that call did it just fine. But if you have the money, I would definitely go with a more expensive call. It doesn't have to be a Mulkir. I would just go with an acrylic call. I would go to Shields or wherever you get your calls. and I would blow them. Don't go on the online and just buy a call, because you need to go in store and blow it and try to test it, because each call is different. But if you have the money, I would definitely go for a more expensive call. I definitely think it's worth the money. You can call faster. It sounds better. It's more crisp. Like I said, it's louder. It's just so much better. And yes, it is a lot more. I paid $160 for this. That's without tax, and I paid like 35 or $30 for that. So that is my personal opinion on these two Goose calls, cheap versus expensive. I hope this helped you out a little bit. It's just a little video I thought you guys would enjoy. So stay tuned for more hunting and fishing videos, and I'll see you in the next one.